Welcome to the Patriot Hour for Saturday, September 7th, 2019. If you're new to the channel, I encourage you to subscribe. Here at the Patriot Hour, we encourage you to think for yourself and always come to your own conclusions based off all the facts, folks. Connect your own dots, come to your own conclusions, read everything you can. Listen to everybody you want, read every article out there, but believe none of it until you can verify it. All right. In your own research of truth, just like in the intelligence communities, you're going to dig through a lot of material. You're going to have to chew the meat, spit out the bone, come to these conclusions based off a lot of fact, that you can verify. And there's lots of processes for that, but, you typically can't be wrong if you do that much research. The days of the people that sit there and get a 2-minute bit from like CNN, and they get that to be truth, they hold that on a pedestal and they think you're the conspiracy for digging into anything, where you've researched for yourself, you've followed all these leads, where they took a 2-minute bit and hold that, they're not the conspiracy, you are. We're going to be flipping that around here real soon, folks, real soon. We're all here for different reasons, and our own paths have all had us now cross at some point. And you guys, that's one of the biggest things, is we have so many supporters, so many followers, part of the movement, following along with the channel. All right, we don't mean followers, but following along with the channel, subscribing. And together we get you out there. If they try to tell us something happened in South Carolina or down in Alabama, we can just ask one of you, is that happening? Yes. Yeah. We can rely on each other through the network. And that's just a small fraction of the power. That is awesome. That I like, even running this Patriot Hour channel. So we appreciate it. Make sure you're subscribed again. And all the links are down below if you need to email. We appreciate all the donations that have come in the last year and a half. We rely basically off just, if you have a couple dollars, drop it. And if another way to help this channel is to share it. By all means, people ask all the time, can I share this? You have every video that you deem to be worthy of sharing, share across all your social media platforms. We were heavily shadow banned. What are the people are like, I've seen your channel grow, nothing but, well, we've had months where it was 40,000 in 1 month subscribed to the channel, where then it went right down to about 1,000 a month. And that was when YouTube flipped their latest little switch back in February of this year. Look it up, to label people conspiracies, and now you get that tag, that warning before you watch a video. YouTube's got lots of rules and regulations on violence and showing this versus that, and we try not to do that at all. We don't need to show make-believe violent videos. And I got hit, the channel recently got hit for showing some Antifa that, we're not the ones out there creating that, we're reporting on it. And as we get shut down or a blocked worldwide video on that for promoting violence and trying to promote this. No, we were reporting on it to show you guys. None of you are out there in that mess. You shouldn't be, unless you have a reason to protest and you wanted to be. But I'm saying it's a real tricky. So anyway, we were heavily shadow banned, folks. So that is a fact. It'll all come out. That's issues for down the road. All right. I'm going to wrap you up in the Patriot Hour's issue with being, as long as you can get the message and people can share it, that's what we're pushing. So proof, we got a couple different things, interesting things we're going to get into here, but proof positive that CNN is a propaganda machine, folks. Getting some seeds. So look, the computer had an update. Look at that. I don't know what's going on here. Max, headroom. Max. Wow. Looked like the computer is glitching out there for a minute. We'll see if that stays. I'll leave it. I don't care. All right. Let's see if maybe that was the... I just put up a desktop capture. So proof that positive that CNN is a propaganda machine. For years, even as it has been more than obvious that they exist just a bit to the left of Trotsky, CNN has claimed that it's legitimate and objective news source, even as the public became more aware of the agendized propaganda spewing forth from people like Chris Cuomo, Don Lemon, and Christine Amanpour, and even as CNN uploaded partisans like David Axelrod and Van Jones, some still labored under the illusion CNN somehow was a legit news source. But this newest firing needs to serve as proof positive. Proof positive as CNN has completed its transformation from news to opinion propaganda. CNN Vice President and spokesperson Matt Dornick took to Twitter to explain why their network executives made the decision to fire an on-air contributor, Elena Johnson. Johnson is leaving her position at the White House correspondent for Politico to take on the job of an editor-in-chief at the Washington Free Beacon. While CNN categorizes Politico as a legitimate news source, they label the Beacon as a conservative publication. So this framing is misleading. In a brief, elaborated tweet, Dornick stated this, by the way. This framing is misleading. Elena is still a CNN contrib and will remain one through November. We signed her because, as you put, she was a top White House reporter who was breaking significant news. She's now pursuing a different career path, and off that beat, simply as that. Because she is and about to be, was an on-air contributor, wouldn't it make sense that an editor-in-chief would have access to more enlightening information than a single beat reporter? If she would have left the White House position to take an editor-in-chief position at the Huffington Post or the New York Times, would that have resulted in her contract termination? The answer are respectively yes and no. If an organization is going to make claim they faithfully serve the public with a product they call unbiased news and do so under the protection of freedom, First Amendment, they have to satisfy that claim with their actions. Words mean absolutely nothing. CNN has proven beyond doubt with this contract termination, they have an ideological agenda and therefore have abdicated their right to claim unbiased. Because we exist in a land where political free speech is protected, I know that comes as a shock to the left, who routinely attempt to censor and silence people who don't believe as they do. We've only seen this time and time again, folks. They only recourse to exact pain on CNN for their deceiving of the American public is to starve their advertisers through boycotts attributed to their association with CNN. Short of that, I have always wondered why no one has sued organizations like CNN under the Lemon Law. They are, after all, knowingly selling a defective product to the public. Just saying. So this Frank Salvato is a partner at TRR Consulting LLC, and he's a new media journal list. So comes again from DC Dirty Laundry, airing out America's dirty laundry. True Pundit, just a couple of headlines. The U.S. economy created 130,000 jobs created in August. Wage growth accelerated. Unemployment 3.7. You can watch Biden makes Iowa woman feel really uncomfortable. Nothing new. Jail where Epstein died has just a bad, big, long slew of history of security breaches. Exposed, the U.S. government is blowing billions of those dollars. We know that. CNN produced 7.4 tons of carbon dioxide emissions during their town hall, climate change town hall video, which is interesting, right? Climate change town hall, which takes us to this. Danielle Yellybird. Now, if you know, she is a mod for the channel. Does good work. And we're going to look into this here. She posted about 2 hours ago. This is just an interesting tweet, Facebook post, whatever. It comes from Twitter. This is off Facebook for her. But again, How do you nuke a country without them knowing they were nuked? If a Cat 5 hurricane hit a nuclear plant dead center and at the exact same time an underwater nuke was set off next to it, would that be resulting in a nuclear meltdown, look like a Chernobyl, Fukushima incident? Hashtag QAnon. 1448, watch out for the false flags worldwide. Stay vigilant and maintain situational awareness. 2. Questions about Dorian. Did CNN knowingly schedule the timely of its Wednesday 9/4/19 climate crisis town hall to coincide with the expectation of a radioactive fallout cloud from a nuclear meltdown at Port St. Lucia near the plant? PSL. You decide. I'm just asking. What the hell? I live here in Port St. Lucia. What does CNN know? 3. Questions about Dorian. Did you know that on Sunday 8/25/19, all the early Dorian storm tracks showed a promising young hurricane that was estimated to strike Port St. Lucia nuclear plant PSL dead center as a major hurricane? Early Dorian storm tracks show it hitting dead center at Port St. Lucia nuclear power plant. 4. Questions about Dorian. What are the odds that on Sunday 8/25/19, while Dorian was a small storm, that MSN would leak a story that Trump said he would nuke a hurricane to stop it from hitting the U.S.? Did Trump's NSA have intel that they were planning a FF, a weather event? False flag. Trump suggested nuking hurricanes to stop them from hitting the U.S. MSN leaks that Trump would nuke hurricanes to stop them from hitting the U.S. What are the odds? 5. Questions about Dorian again. Dorian was growing larger, and on Tuesday, 8/27/19, would you be surprised to learn that CNN released a schedule for its climate crisis town hall to fall on 9/4/19, Wednesday, 9/4/19, just a day or two after the estimated destruction of Florida? Opportunistic, perhaps? 6. Questions about Dorian. On Wednesday, 8/28/19, Dorian passed directly over Epstein's torture island. Were they trying to destroy evidence? Were they trying to harm Puerto Rico because they needed the money? Start another little, just like the Clintons in Haiti. Did we attempt a counterattack to weaken Dorian to protect evidence? 7. Questions about Dorian. On Thursday, 8/29/19, CIA tweeted, "We're in the business of anticipating things before they happen." Hashtag PSL. Then they showed a pumpkin spice latte. What if the CIA was signaling they knew that Dorian was a weapon heading straight for Port St. Lucia? PSL. Very interesting. Very interesting. 8. Questions about Dorian. Were you aware that on Thursday, 8/29/19, Trump received his Dorian weather briefing with the first map showing a dead center strike on Port St. Lucia? PSL. We now have Trump's nuke comment along with the PSL target, nuke comment along with the PSL target, and the CIA using the PSL term 3 separate times. Friday, 8/30/19, Trump cancels his trip to Poland and retreats to Camp David for the weekend. Trump makes a remark about a dead center hit several times. Was Trump required to go to Camp David because of the nuclear threat at Port St. Lucia? PSL. Question 10. Questions about Dorian. Imagine a Cat 5 hurricane striking dead center on PSL. Now imagine a pre-staged sunken container ship from a ship or a mini-sub following the storm, detonating a nuke underwater right next to PSL. Could this create the illusion of a Fukushima meltdown? 11. Questions about Dorian. What are the odds that suddenly on Sunday 8/9/1/19, as Trump calmly emerges from Camp David, that Dorian storm forecast would project a northward turn after hitting the Chinese Merced ports in Freeport? Did we counterattack Dorian right back at them? 12 questions about Dorian. Trump's military would never risk an innocent person's life unless we had to save millions of innocent lives. Was our military forced to stall Dorian on Freeport on Monday 9/2/19 to permanently eliminate their ability to cause a nuclear meltdown at PSL? On Tuesday 9/3/19, Dorian makes the miraculous north turn while downgrading from a Cat 5 to a Cat 2. Ask yourself, have you ever seen a Cat 5 hurricane stop in its tracks for 36 hours and then turn harmlessly north while barely touching our coastline? Wednesday 9/4/19, Trump's map has a marker, hand down in Alabama. What if Trump is signaling that he knows they plan to detonate a nuke next to PSL, right behind the storm, to create a massive fallout cloud that would extend all the way to Alabama? (15) Questions about Dorian. On Wednesday 9/4/19, we have the CNN Climate Crisis Town Hall with all 10 Democratic candidates. Perfect timing, great timing. Is it possible they were expecting to be gleeful, discuss the destruction of the Florida, along with a nuclear meltdown and the fallout cloud drifting to Alabama? These people are sick. (16) How can you explain this image where they renamed Alabama as Mississippi when showing Dorian warnings? Was this a code to warn their producers to drop any prepared references of a mass exodus of people in Alabama to Alabama that they were fleeing for their lives? Would it be convenient for them if the climate crisis storm was blamed for poisoning the red counties in North Florida with radioactive material while making Disney off limits for evidence gathering like Chernobyl? Wasn't that on the Netflix recently? Questions about Dorian. On Thursday 9/5/19, Dorian wandered north and the eye wall briefly touched a tiny barrier island just north off Bald Head Islands. All right, this is the OBX. I've been there. Kill Devil's Hills. And so it touched a barrier island just north of Bald Head, North Carolina, named No Name Island. Was this the military's way of letting us know we survived this battle and the good guys won? Red October. Ooh, coming up. So there you go, folks. It was an interesting follow along there, right? Again, is it 100% true? Can we prove it? No, it's just an interesting story to follow along with. And we will be moving on. There's not much. We'll keep an eye on this. But boy, oh boy, for those of you out there and some of us that believe that they control the weather 100%, that they've been doing this, we know they sat down at tables 70 years ago and said if we can ever control the weather, we should never use it as a weapon of war to do something against each other. And there was paperwork signed, but there was never no paperwork signed that they couldn't use it against yourself. And if they were signing paperwork 80 years ago and digging into it then, and certain countries were already playing, we know they were seeding clouds in Vietnam, just making them scurry away, bringing rain to places they didn't have it, and making rain go away if they didn't want it. How much have they advanced from then? Do your research. Think for yourself. We always encourage that. Don't take what we say to be here to be fact or 100% proof. Do your own research. Come to your own conclusions. And we'll see you back here on the next Patriot Hour update video coming real soon. Again, I'm Michael, your host. Sorry about that. Folks, there was a big update I got when I turned on my computer today, and luckily I was able to even get this out. I had to do some updates, get rid of drivers, bring drivers back in. It really crashed the system, so I'm having some issues, as you saw in the beginning, with that whole jitterness with the graphics card even. So who knows? But the message will get out. This is being recorded, so either way, sometimes the live issues are there as well. And plus, we are shut down with live here, so make sure you get to our backup channel. I'll leave that link down below, along with all the other links. Again, God bless, Godspeed to each and every one of you, and we'll see you back here on the next Patriot Hour update video coming real soon. Again, send some stickers or anything to the P.O Box. Got a little bit of real estate back there left, and I will take some down over time and put new ones up. Still got a few to put up there from people. Just haven't gotten to it yet. Again, have a great afternoon, morning into your afternoon.